Let's renovate this Willow Creek 2-bedroom home in The Sims 4 and turn it into a 3-bedroom home for under 20k. Now, this seems like a bit of a challenge, and it was a little bit of a challenge, but the first thing that I had to do was get rid of everything. That's all the lights, all the furniture, everything, and completely start from scratch. I wanted to keep the main build pretty much the same, but obviously I had to incorporate a different bedroom as well because this is going to be a 3-bed instead of a 2-bed. And the main colour theme that I went for is a more neutral and green or blue colour scheme because I think it matches the world very well and the other households around them. I think this type of house is a bullet house, I think, or no, shotgun house. It has something to do with weaponry, I can't remember. But they're very long, very narrow, very typical of the style of housing in places like Mississippi, I think, which I think this world is based on. But the main point of this build is to add a bit more light in, make it a bit more vibrant, a bit more things to look at, because I understand that they need to keep the houses, especially the starter homes in The Sims 4, accessible for everybody to play so that it doesn't lag. And in order to do that, they need to reduce clutter and objects in the household, things like windows, doors, anything that's in the household. Things like that can add on to what makes the game lag. So I did keep that in mind, but I also thought that they could have added a little bit extra so it wasn't completely boring. I also added a little bit more room in the front area of the house, so I made that little bedroom a little bit smaller because in my mind that's where the toddler's gonna sleep, or the infant, or whatever small children that you have and you want to shove in that room, or you can even turn that into a child's bedroom. But in my mind, this is a house for a parent or 2 parents with the double bed, a teen's room in the back there, or a child's bedroom, and then the smaller bedroom can be for an infant or toddler. That's what I had in mind for this build, but you can pretty much add anyone you want in here and start from scratch. I think I added 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 spaces for beds, so that is 3 adults and then a toddler and an infant. That is who can fit in this household. So if you have a family that can live in this household, or a friend that has a family that can live in this household, share this video with them. My plan for the upcoming months is I want to renovate the whole of the starter homes, completely start from scratch, and make sure that they are a bit more playable, a bit more fun, a lot brighter, especially if you make videos as well. It's very difficult to play in a starter house without renovating it. Sorry Sims team, but they are quite dull. To me, I wanted to brighten it up or make it a little bit more appealing to look at. It's not so bad if you don't really care about aesthetic things like that, but for someone who makes videos, you want to make sure that the build is actually bright and easy to see the players. However, I did change the lighting at the end to make it a bit more warm tone. It just makes the whole build look a bit better with a different colour light. The kitchen I had to change a few times, mainly because I slightly went over budget when it came to the end of the build, so I had to get rid of, I think it was the stove and the fridge, and replace it with the even cheaper options. Did I mention this is all base game? I can't remember. Yeah, this is all base game, by the way, if I didn't mention that before, so that literally anybody can download it and play it. I'll include my Sims name in the description below so you can get it off the gallery, but it is on the gallery now to download. That'll be in the description and in the comments too, so that you can see it. I wanted to change around the layout of this household a little bit. I was a bit finicky with the living room because I wanted a dining space in its original place in that corner of the room where all the windows are, because I think that was a really cute place to put a dining area so that you can stare out the window and eat your brekkie, you know, watch people go by. But this layout worked the best because I could still fit a dining area in that space, have a decent sized living room, and even fit a plant in there. Even fit a plant, you know? But I think the kitchen was here before, but I changed it to living room because for me I think it just works better. You couldn't really fit much by the door in terms of the sofa and TV. It felt a bit too cramped. Another annoying thing that I've noticed in The Sims 4 is sometimes the doors and windows glitch out so that you can't see through them and that the wall appears through them, which is really, really annoying. I thought they fixed that, but obviously they haven't. But oh well, it is what it is, I guess. I also made sure that I did add a little bit of decoration into this household, because one of the problems that I mainly had with starter homes was their lack of decoration and light. So I made sure that this house was bright and fully decorated. I just didn't want this house to be boring. I think is the main objective of this, is just to make it a bit more fun, a bit more bright, a bit more colourful, not so drib and drab is what most of the households are in The Sims 4. I'm sorry, Sims, but a lot of them are quite dull. I think they've gotten a lot better as they've progressed in their game. I think mainly because they've added creators on the YouTube platform to help them build a lot of their worlds so that they're not so drib and drab, because I think people who play The Sims know how to build the best and know what they need in the builds. Another big issue that I had with this was the curtains. The curtains were so frustrating. I just couldn't find any that actually fit the windows. This is a massive issue with The Sims, is that they don't have curtains to match a lot of the windows, but also they don't have a lot of medium doors either, or tall doors. So what's the point of having medium or tall walls if you only have like a selection of 5 or 6 doors to choose from? I feel like they really need to add more doors and windows to fit the walls and to fit the curtains. And another thing, wood in the game, it never matches. I'm not really sure if I like this. I did at first, but I think it doesn't really match the rest of the property. Is the parents' bedroom. I love green. At the moment, I'm obsessed with dark greens and dark wood. It just works really well in bedrooms or living rooms because it has a more cozier vibe to it. If I could, I'd have my whole house dark colours and dark wood because I just think it looks gorgeous. But now looking at it, I don't even think it matches the rest of the property. So you could change that if you want. For the older kids' bedroom / teenagers' bedroom, I made sure that it was versatile so that it was an easy transition between a child and a teenager. Like, you can use it for either or. I think that's the main goal that I had for this bedroom. I made sure I included a desk for homework or little activities that they want to do. I did include a toy box, but you know, as they turn into a teen, you can just get rid of that, or you can just get rid of it and replace it with something else that a teen might want to use, like a guitar or maybe even a computer at the desk space. And the main thing that I was really proud of in this was, because in base game, even though we have infants, for some reason we don't have a changing table, which is like, come on, like, you need a changing table for your infant. I know you want people to buy not parenthood, what's it called? Growing Together pack. But I had to make a non-functional changing table. But that's fine, like, it doesn't work. And the thing that you can see me really struggling to find in debug is a mat to go on top of the table, so the child, if like it was functional, which it's not, could have somewhere to rest their back, just so that the infant wasn't just on a solid wood surface. But all I did was take a desk and take some of the clutter items on top of the desk to make it look like it's in use for a changing table. So baby wipes, lotions, nappies, things like that. I couldn't get the leveling right, the height right for the clutter onto the desk on the back bit there, and I had to lower it and higher it, and either way it didn't match because it would either float or sink into the desk itself. I just used a shelf instead. It matches the rest of the desk in colour, but it just makes it look a little bit higher so the items weren't floating or sinking into the desk. And for the outside, all I did was go into debug because I wasn't spending money on a tree. You can literally go into debug and most of these items are free. If you just hit bb.show live edit objects and bb.show hidden objects into your cheat bar, then you can see a bunch of new objects that weren't there before. And all of these objects are what they use to build the world around the Sims that aren't available to use in build by mode for your own Sims. But you can do that with a little cheat, and then you can have access to all of these objects that a lot of them are free and amazing for world building. So I just nabbed a tree from there that was free and matched the rest of the world, add a bit of dirt underneath with terrain paint, so that was free as well. Got rid of the path, which cost X amount of money, replace that with terrain paint. These are all cheats that you can do just to make your gameplay a little easier, so you can save a little bit more money, but you can also have the aesthetics of having certain things that you wouldn't be able to have because they're too expensive. And then that's it. All I had to do was move a family in just so that I can check that the bed was accessible, because I wasn't sure if they could move around both sides of the bed where I put the hanging clothes, but they can. So there she goes, going to relax on the bed now. And yeah, that's it, guys. I'm terrible at doing voiceovers on speed builds. I think next time I'm just going to do a real-time build instead of a voiceover on a speed build, just so it's easier on me to edit. The microphone is a little bit better because I'm using my phone's microphone as opposed to the microphone that I plug into my PlayStation or with the headset. So yeah, this isn't permanent. My microphone hasn't all of a sudden got better. But yeah, if you like this build, make sure to leave a like and download it from the gallery. Once again, the name for that is different to my name. It's my friend's name because I don't know why. It's when my friend was living with me at the time. I don't know what happened there, but it's her name. So I'll include that in the comments and in the description as well. And yeah, I'll leave you guys to it. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!